Hello everybody, this is your host Yoshi. I hope you guys are having a good time. Finally been able to get up early enough and go to sleep early. We went to sleep really early last night. Been dealing with a lot of insomnia, which is why I haven't been too active online. End up staying up until like 6 in the morning, and then I'm like dead the entire day. And like pretty much no matter how much I sleep, can't get enough energy. It's rather annoying. I ended up getting my sleep schedule fixed, and then one day, I ended up staying up a little too late. And with insomnia, it's basically, you know, you're fucked the moment you decide to stay up or end up staying up a little too late. Because now I can't really get to sleep on time. But it's just a matter of waiting again. Wait until I can get to sleep at the right time so I can wake up at the right time and try to smooth out everything for a little bit. The real annoying thing about it is that when I'm tired, I want to take a whole lot. So when I'm having my bad bouts of insomnia, makes me want to take a lot more. I want to have to smoke a lot more weed, and it's just it's more of a hassle than anything else. And not much really helps me get to sleep besides like drinking. I tried melatonin. Doesn't really do a whole lot. Occasionally sleep aids, which they will help, but I don't like the feeling. I don't like how it makes me feel. And then sometimes I'm still super drowsy when I wake up, and it's just kind of annoying. So just stick with weed, and I just deal with it the best I can until I can get good sleep. At least it isn't like how it was in high school, where I was just basically tired all the time. So I was having some fun on Facebook last night. I was on this Facebook page called Being Liberal. Posted something about losing faith in the Democratic Party over Obama, and I had like everybody on the well, not everybody. I had a good number of liberals, like calling me a Trump supporter, a liar, trying to consider well, they were using drug use as a slander against me. Don't even know that I smoke cannabis or not. Even if I did, it doesn't actually like discredit my opinion. But it was just more wealthy white people trying to tell a POC to shut up about something. The behavior of the people made them seem more towards the right than the left, because when you think about it, or it's been assumed that liberals are more left leaning. They tend to support the Democratic Party, but the way these people were acting on the Being Liberal Facebook page was just the same that people on the right would behave if you told them you didn't support Trump. Got told I was a troll, I was uneducated, that I was using drugs. I had people telling me what I believed, and various other things, and it was like, wow, it was kind of unexpected, but not really. It's a problem of the two-party system. If you don't support one party, you obviously support the other party. And when in fact you can actually be against both parties, all three parties, if you want to include the Libertarian Party. The Libertarian Party is basically Republican with cannabis. The Libertarian Party is pretty racist. I mean, look at Rand and Ron Paul, the kind of symbols for libertarianism. I mean, that's where that's one reason why it's gotten a lot bigger in the past few administrations. You got them talking about it a lot. But Rand and Ron Paul are extremely racist people. Joe Jorgensen, a libertarian candidate, posted something about Black Lives Matter, and he had like a ton of her followers on Twitter getting pissed about it. One thing about like the libertarians, they justify the ability to be racist by saying people have the freedom to associate with whoever they want, which is just their way of saying, if you're a libertarian, you're allowed to be racist and not have to worry about anything, or that businesses can openly discriminate, and the only thing that people can do is just, not, buy from that place. And on the left, you got racism as well. You got Biden, who said to a black person, if you don't know who to vote for, you're not black. I mean, that is an obviously racist statement. Because a person's skin tone, heritage, culture, or whatever is not determined or dictated by the people they vote for or party or whatever, nor is it determined by some wealthy white guy who was a whole lot more racist in his past. He's kind of slightly lessened up on it, but not really. I mean, his recent several gaffes about several different groups it just shows the racism of Biden. Like I've said in some previous videos, Kamala Harris even used the fact that he was against busing for POCs to various schools during a time when there was still some segregation and stuff going on. She used that against Biden as that he's kind of racist, not really for the people and stuff, for a certain group of people. And now look at it, she's backing him like no tomorrow. The Democratic Party, there's still racism in the Democratic Party, but they know, the politicians know that if they include various oppressed groups, they can gain power, money, and stuff. Same with, various corporations that try to be more inclusive. It's all about getting money. They know that if you got a wider base of people to serve to, you can get more money that way. In my opinion, it's time to do away with the entire system. We gotta change all of society. Because it's not just politics where racism is prevalent. I was reading in in an article yesterday of a study done of 1.8 million people, or 1.8 million births in Florida. Um, there was a study done about the rate of deaths of black newborns compared to white newborns, compared to being taken care of by white doctors and black doctors. The black newborns were 3 times more likely to die from while being taken care of under a white doctor compared to a black doctor. And when it's a white baby, the death rate, there was none. The baby would survive, would have an equal chance of surviving equally. And then black mothers have about 3 to 4 times a mortality rate during birth and afterwards, while black women in the UK have 5 times the death rate compared to white women. So it's showing that even like in the health care field, where these people are supposed to be taking care of everybody equally, there's racial bias in it. So we have the justice system, the healthcare system, the education system, pretty much every system in the United States that is there to help people or to provide something for people is racially biased towards black people and other POCs. It's why we need to have a radical change of the entire system. It's not just defunding the cops, but it's defunding the cops and tackling the issues of racism within judges, the juries, the lawyers. It's tackling the racism within schools, hospitals, racism within housing and stuff, because like with banks and various landlords, if you have a white sounding name on your application, same with getting employment, if your name sounds white, you're more likely to get either employed or help or a loan or something. And you shouldn't be discriminated against based upon your name. But people know that if you have a black sounding name, you're more likely to be poorer. And then you got the stereotypes about black people being lazy and various other things that has been created due to the system creating these stereotypes in order to further oppress black people, while at the same time benefiting white people, and also justifying discrimination and stuff against them, either via in the workplace or in the justice system, like the stereotype that black people are like inherently criminal. Then that justifies the over-policing of black neighborhoods, or the amount of arrest black people have to deal with. So we gotta fight it everywhere, and you can't just say you support minorities and stuff, and then have family members that say racist things but don't say anything about it or actually speak up about anything that's going on. You need to be pretty actively anti-racist, in my opinion. I know for some that's a bit controversial, but if we don't fight it like every step of the way, it's never going to end. And how entrenched racism is in the United States. We got to do a lot of active fighting, which also reminds me, there is a bit of racism within the black community itself against other black people. You have you had things like in the past the paper bag test, which black people would use against each other. If you were as light as a brown paper bag or lighter, you were like allowed to, play in the front yard, or you were given a little bit more benefit since you looked whiter. This racism is also due to white supremacy, getting black people to hate each other due to their skin tone, and the benefits that lighter skinned black people would get compared to darker skinned black people. I learned a little bit about this, like the brown paper bag test and stuff, from watching Blackish, and an episode that they were kind of making relevant. There is a daughter that was darker skinned than a lot of the other family members, and none of them wanted to really talk about it all. And then in the end, the grandmother talks about her racism she experienced while growing up, being forced to play in the backyard while her other lighter skinned family members were able to play in the front yard. It is all due to trying to please the racist white establishment, as well as, racist white people not wanting to see really dark skinned people. If you looked white, you were okay. It's also kind of where we get oh, you sound white, which is a way to say, oh, you sound more educated compared to the stereotypical ghetto black people who say ask or ax and stuff, which is actually a older version of the word ask. If you can say, can I ask you a question, and it's grammatically correct. It's the same as saying ask. Axe, A-X-E was used before. But I've been told several times that I sound white, and that's it. And people say that because the way my voice sounds, and the fact that I don't talk like a stereotypical black person. Not everybody talks the same. Not everybody sounds the same. Not everybody's going to speak the same. This is what, in my opinion, what white supremacy has done to our society. It has made everything all about being white in one form or the other, and preferring white skin tones over darker skin tones. And last thing I'm going to say before I end it, since it's almost a 20-minute video, I find it funny that there's a lot of people that love tanning. Tanning is like a big thing in America. Yet, the idea of dark-skinned people is still, to some people, a crime. Though you have white people wanting to have either like tan or olive-looking skin or whatever. It's kind of crazy, kind of funny, odd. It shows a twistedness in our society.